the news for Star Wars hasn't stopped in the last 7 days. We've, well, of course, had Rogue One this morning, which was
Yep.
amazing. It probably started about a week ago when Toy Fair happened, and
Yep.
they showcased the 40th anniversary toys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was sort of like take my money.
Oh
I just
yeah.
felt my wallet sort of getting really light in my pocket.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I mean, being a bit of a fan of the 6-inch Black Series figures, to see those figures re-released on vintage style sort
mm,
of cards and the original 12 that came out back in 1977
yeah.
was pretty special.
Mm,
A bit annoyed that most of them are,
mm.
rebadgings and
Well, that was my first reaction. I went, oh,
yeah,
repack, and
they
then
are, and I paid I'm not going to tell you how much, but I paid a ridiculous amount of money for R2D2 to
bank loan was needed.
yeah, well, it wasn't too bad, but bad enough to
Yeah.
be a bit annoyed that they're re-releasing it again
Yes. Well.
um, in this format. But no, it's good to see. I think it's going to be a bit of a one-off, though. I think they're going
Yeah.
to release just the 12 figures to celebrate the 40th anniversary, and then
Yep.
I reckon in a few years' time they'll do an Empire and like they
Yeah.
did
You'd
then. But
hope
you're not going to. I
so.
don't think you're going to see a continuation from now on of like
No.
vintage series, Black Series figures. So,
Well.
but it looks cool. Yeah.
Look, it does. Like my first reaction was, "Wow, you've really scraped the bottom there of 40th anniversary stuff. Vintage card back with a repack of a figure
Mm.
you've already released. So, not weighing that much money needs to pass hands in regards to like the originality of what they're doing. It's just like, well, we use the mold we already have and stick it on a
Well,
different piece of
they have
cardboard.
changed Princess. They have changed
Leia, they've
Leia's head.
improved.
Got
Um,
a new sculpt of her head. So yeah, because I wasn't real impressed with the
no.
version that just recently came out.
So I've seen some photos online of people who've already got them and of Leia,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they've
me
improved.
also. Yeah.
But I have to say, for me, a person who doesn't own any of those Black Series figures, it was great. But my first
Yeah.
reaction was repack. But my
Yeah.
second reaction was, you know what? I don't have any of these 6 inches. This is
Mm.
perfect. But then the annoying thing came to me then was, well, I may have to buy two of some of these because I've got to open the bloody thing because I want to display them.
Well, this is what's killing me about it is that yeah, it's great to have them on the vintage cards and that. However,
Oh,
it's really like the vintage figures where you've got to
yeah.
destroy the card to get the doll out. And
Yep.
whereas like obviously with the Black Series boxes, you can always rebox them again and put them
Hmm.
back together. And
Yeah.
I'd have thought that they'd have done like some sort of a clamshell thing over the card so you could put your figure back in again,
Mm.
and preserve the card because a
Yep.
lot of people are going to want to keep them because they look so
That's
cool
it.
on the cards. I
That's
mean,
it.
and the figures that are coming out which haven't been released yet. You've got the Jawa, the Death
Death Star
Squad
Gunner,
Commander, the
which is
Tusken
good.
Raider, which look fantastic on their cards, and there's no way that I'm taking them off.
No.
But if I'm going to want to do that and display them on my shelf like
Mm.
I do, I'm going to have to either buy another one of those or
Yep.
wait until they come out in the standard Black Series range, which I believe they are towards the
Yep.
end of the year. So yeah,
Yeah.
there again, it's double dipping, which they're just masterful at. So
That's it.
yeah,
I'm sort of cool though that the celebration exclusive is Luke in his X-wing outfit because that is the one Black Series figure I own, and I took it out of the packet. So I thought that's
I
great.
thought that you had that one. I
I
remember
did.
seeing him.
I've
Yep.
got it. So I was like, yes, I can pay an exorbitant price, overseas scalper, and I don't have to open that one. So I was
Yeah,
really
and
happy about
he's
that.
another of the original, series of Black Series figures that actually has been going for quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
So there's another one for like collectors who've
Woohoo.
collected and spent a bit of money to get their collection together, and
Yeah.
bang, here comes a repack of the same figure you get now for a quarter what you paid for it. So
It's crazy what
yeah,
they're
I think
going
I saw
for.
R5D4's coming out as well.
Yeah,
In
a GameStop exclusive.
yeah, so
So
he's going to be worth a bit too if you want you want to get him. One thing I don't like though is that you can only buy Vader
the early
with the
bird.
early bird package
See,
thing.
gotta buy
Vader looks
two.
fantastic, the
Gotta
new
buy
sculpt of
two.
Vader.
Gotta buy
And
two.
it's great too because he's, episode 4 Vader. He's got his cloak over his
That's it.
armor. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I don't know about it's cool to have the cardboard background
Yeah.
like the original figure
The original
display,
early bird, yeah.
but I don't know whether it's worth twice the price to get it because
No.
I've been told that the Vader um, over here is going to be worth about $80.
Yeah.
So
It's going to
yeah,
be double. Like,
yeah.
look, but once again, we'll pay it because that's sort of things we do. But
Shh, don't say that. My wife
no,
might be
no,
listening.
oh,
Shush.
Jesus, Shh. That's all right. I made the purchase tonight. I'm all good for Star.
Okay.
I've Star Wars purchased out tonight. So,
Okay.
but yeah, look, I read it on the internet today. One of the Facebook people that I follow, Mike Sidious, he put up today that he found out from Hasbro that Kmart in Australia will not be stocking
Yeah,
the
I heard that.
40th
Yep.
anniversary Black Series figures. Now,
Yep.
the reason that is that a little while ago they broke embargo on one of the Star Wars releases. So this is
Uh-huh.
sort of their punishment for what they did.
Okay.
But look, to me, that's money lost for them because
Yeah, I know it does make sense to me, that sort of thinking.
those 40th anniversary. So look, we've heard it'll be anywhere. I believe around end of March, April. From what I'm reading, that we'll start seeing them in Australia. But knowing Australian retailers, it could be another month or so after that until we
Or
get them.
6.
Or 6, yeah. Look, I haven't seen the second wave of Rogue One figures anywhere, and people have seen them in Toys R Us. But I did happen to see a Wave 3 figure, which was Sergeant Jyn Erso with the hood over the top of her.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, Jeddah. Sorry, Jeddah
Yeah.
Jyn Erso.
Yeah.
And I saw that in a Toy World at Morayfield the other day. I'm like, okay, well, there's that one. Where's the rest of that wave? So if someone had cleaned them out because there was Scarif Trooper and all that, but I haven't seen
Oh, yeah.
wave 2
Yeah,
or Wave 3 anywhere.
yeah, well, the wave with Revan and Sabine and Leia, and I've never seen them anywhere in
No,
any Australian stores.
no.
Have yet. I mean, I picked up a set of those from Mad Zombie down in Adelaide,
Yep.
and big shout out to them because they really know their stuff and really look after you down there.
Yep.
And I just think that they're great. But there again, it's like, where are they on the shelves? Where are they in the wild, so to speak, as people say. So,
They could be hitting out soon. Like apparently, the Hasbro Australian website updated just recently with photos of those Black Series figures. So hopefully, in the next few weeks, we might see them, and could pick up a Revan for $35, which would be absolutely wow.
He's he averages about $120 on eBay.
I know.
So
Might grab a couple.
and I have one, and I'm like, ooh, not that it's about the money or anything, but I think
Could retire on that.
Yeah, exactly.
I could get some of those 40th anniversary
Put it this way:
ones.
what stops me taking them out of the boxes and displaying them is sometimes just that very reason. Well, I think I'll leave them in the box and just hold on to it for a while,
just in case. But yeah, look, it was really cool. The Toy Fair stuff with the 40th anniversary Black Series. Of course, there were the titanium figures. Which
I don't know what the deal with those are. They look interesting. I don't know whether I'd be interested myself though. But
well, they've got the interchangeable panel at the back, so there's like an etched image of the character, and then you flick it, and it's an image from whatever scene it is. Like Obi-Wan, I think is from there's a Death Star background, and Luke, I think's got the chasm in the Death Star as well. So there's interchangeable backgrounds and everything there. Of course, they're titanium. They look like they've got maneuverable, so they're posable in the arms, not the legs.
Oh, okay.
Not the legs though. I remember the original titaniums, which were a failure in the product line. They weren't posable at all. They were stuck in a stationary position and posed. So these look like their arms move. You can change their weapons from action and non-action. So the lightsaber has like a very wave effect to it, as if it was whooshing through the air. So that was really cool. I like them. They're gonna, of course, be high end. I could see $50 to $60 a figure. I could be wrong, but that's what I think in Australia we'll see. But other than that, I thought it was a little light. I thought we'd get a vehicle of some description.
I know, and that's what I was a bit annoyed about. At least in the 6-inch series, you'd think they'd do like Luke's land speeder. or something.
Well, that or an X-wing. I thought they might have
Yeah, I
done
think
Red
X-wing might be a
5.
little bit too big scale wise
Huge,
for
but
that would
a
be
land
massive.
speeder would be cool.
A land speeder would be very cool because they've brought out you've got R2-3PO, just for the
Yeah,
40th anniversary, R2-3PO, Ben
yeah,
and Luke can sit in the land speeder, and it'd be a fantastic display
yeah.
piece, just especially one that's in that scale.
I honestly think, even though I love the figures,
Mm,
Hasbro have sort of dropped the ball on the opportunity to put
yeah.
out some really, this is 40th. It's a huge anniversary. We know the 50th will be even bigger, but the 40th, once again, it's 40 years of Star Wars. It's the 20th anniversary of the special editions. There was a major opportunity than putting repacks in a vintage car back. They could have,
Mm,
done a 6-inch land speeder. Something iconic from the film was like, well, hang on, when's the last time Darth Vader's TIE fighter was released? We did a first
yeah,
order,
for once.
we did a
Yeah.
first order TIE fighter in a
Oh, can you
Black
imagine
Series.
though a size of Darth Vader
A
TIE
Darth
fighter in
Vader
a
TIE
6-inch
fighter, or
scale?
even though the
Wow.
X-Wing's huge, but they could have done something in the
Yeah.
mid-range scale. Something really iconic to say this is from A New Hope, because that's really what we're celebrating, is A New
Yeah, well,
Hope.
that's right. Yeah.
So I'm hoping though later on in the year that they just don't go, well, we did the 7 or 8 Black Series figures.
Mm.
We've put out these die castings and that's it. We're going to wait for The Last Jedi, because I know that's probably what their end game is that at the
Oh,
end of the
definitely.
year they're going to release. They spoke about the Force Awakens Luke figure. To
Hmm.
be honest, do we really need it? He was in the movie for a minute. You might as well just package it and put it as The Last Jedi, because it'll be the first time we see him anyway. It's going to
He'll
be
be in the same
it'll
outfit.
be in the same. He'll probably change halfway through the film. Maybe get
Yeah, but
a.
I mean, if the movie starts
Uh,
off where Force
uh,
Awakens ended, so yeah,
yeah, that's it.
exactly.
So
Yep.
I think because there was the fan thing of where's the Luke figure, was because to be honest, there wasn't even a standard Leia figure for the
No, that's
Force
right.
Awakens. There was a Black Series 3 3/4 inch figure,
Yes, there was.
which was a
Yep.
Walmart exclusive, which we never got
Yep.
in Australia. So at the moment, we're very bare skeleton out here in Australia, and that's why we've got a lot of the collectors out here have to import or eBay or group order stuff.
Oh, I mean, we've got it. If you're a collector of Star Wars in Australia, you've really got it against you. You've
Yeah.
really got to. And you think that here, we get a bit of stuff from time to time. Having been to the States last year and just seeing,
Oh,
what's over there is just
mountains.
incredible.
Mountains.
Just everywhere you go,
Mm.
it's just and every shop you walk into, it's
Yeah.
all different. Things you
It's
never see over here.
it's huge, and
Yeah,
but it's a touch disappointing. I was really happy on one hand because I'm like going, yeah, I could get these 6 figures I've
yeah,
never got before, but at the same time, I'm like going, is that it? Like, it's the 40th anniversary. There's got to be some sort of product line that's solid. Give me a good 20 or 30 figures, maybe a couple of vehicles, something we haven't seen before, or give something some excellent detail. We've seen what they can do. We've seen how in those late 90s to like noughties, when they were bringing out figures, they had really beautiful detailed X-wings that they put out with the ladder
yeah.
attachments and the pilot carriers and things like that. They did some really wonderful things, and it just seemed they were going on a peak, and then they declined, and there's a bit of up and down. Like, I love the figures that they've released now because they don't have much articulation.
Mm,
Because it reminds me of the vintage line a little bit,
mm.
which I really love. They're easier to posable, a lot more fun to play with because you haven't got all the ball joints. At the same time, that's why I like the 6-inch figures, because they're a bit bigger and
Yeah.
that feels a bit more. But the 40th anniversary line, it is. We'll do something quick. We'll put something on the vintage car back because that's what the fans will want. They'll want vintage car back. And then we'll get straight into The Last Jedi. And here's the image of the 3 heroes from the film. And you know what? We're going to put a Nerf gun in that box. And by the way, I will be buying that Nerf gun once again. I know I'm being very critical of
Um,
Hasbro, but at the same time, I want that gunning mount thing
it's a
from the
love-hate
Force
relationship, isn't
Awakens.
it?
It is. Look, it is. But I would have loved if they just came out and actually the more that I hear it, the land speeder would have been epic. You would have Ben, Luke,
Yep.
R2, C3PO, and look, it probably would have been, I don't know, what, maybe a meter. maybe a bit under a meter. Maybe
No, probably wouldn't
if
be
we're going
as
to
big
say
as, I
about
mean, looking at this.
70 centimeters,
Yeah, something
roughly,
around that time,
it would have been
around that
reasonable.
size.
Few $100s. Let's not kid ourselves. The 6-inch special of the Tie Fighter in Australia sells for $3.99, so we probably would have been looking about $2.99 for a land speeder, which I would have happily paid that. I really would have, but then again, would I have opened it because it would have had that beautiful silver logo, which I really like for the 40th anniversary on the box. And I'm like, oh, if I rip everything out. So yeah, that love-hate thing's really happening there.
Just have to get to.
What have we got? Lay-by or something? I'll put it on layaway. The layaway or something, as the Americans call it. So,
I mean,
yeah.
the thing is that Force Awakens First Order Tie Fighter is just massive. Every time I go to Myers or something, I have a look at one and have a look at it, and I just can't justify it just for the room side of things.
It's huge.
Where the heck am I going to put it? It'll take half the ceiling down if I try and hang it up. So I'm looking at things like that, and it was really a bit of an experiment by them, I think, just to see
how it would go,
what they were going to do with that. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to see it, because I have heard stories in America that they've been getting rid of them for $50.
I've heard
in the States have been getting rid of them for ridiculous prices.
Well, I know here they had them on clearance at one point for $199. Yeah, and I was very tempted, but I couldn't lay by it because it was a clearance item. I'm thinking $200 off, but still $199, mate. It's put it.
I think Mighty Ape in New Zealand had them for $140 at one stage.
Yeah,
so.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
But there again, I don't know where I'd put the thing. So.
But yeah, look, I just expected more. I even expected more from Lego to come out with something for the 40th anniversary. Maybe a couple of reissues or mini scene packs from A New Hope, which I thought they might have done.
It's a big year and it's a long year. I don't think that they showcased everything that we're going to get yet. So, I mean, they know it's a big year for them. Obviously, they've got Last Jedi at the end of the year.
Yep.
They've got 40th anniversary. So Hasbro have been, obviously, for the last 2 or 3 years, known it's been coming, and they've just been, working towards getting everything out that in time. What they're going to. And hopefully, they've learned from especially here, they've learned from their distribution, and that's from their mistakes over the last couple of years. And we start to see some, decent stuff released in a decent time frame.
Yeah. Oh, well, fingers crossed. Let's hope. Let's wait and see what happens.